Hey, Wid.
You caught me playing with dolls. It's just a phase where I'm going through, all right? I can't help myself. My favorite president, though, look, Ronald Reagan. But we're here to talk about Star Trek today. And Star Trek, I'm in a group called the Roddenberries. We are a Star Trek party parody band. So look us up on the World Wide Web. But today, I want to talk a little bit about some of the merchandising that they did. Now, this is Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine was the only one. It's the most successful, had the most spin-offs. Star Trek had the most spin-offs of any TV show. And still around today, and they're even going to make another sequel. Malibu Sun, this is Star Trek Deep Space Nine, okay? And those are a beautiful cat. The first one to have a actual captain of color. Captain of color. Hey, look at some of the cards here that I have from the whole collection there. It's very hard. I had to buy a lot of bubble gum to get these. Here's Mr. Chekhov. Mr. Chekhov, they put him in. He's a Russian, and he was put into the show because they needed to attract young women. And they thought at the time he was the most fashionable because of Ilya Kuryakin. Okay, he was big back then from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Because he looked like one of the Monkees, or he looked like one of the Beatles. But that was how they tried to get him in there. Right over here, of course, Scotty himself, Montgomery Scott. Okay, and he made that name up himself. A World War II hero, lost part of his finger. You can see it in 2 episodes that he lost one of his fingers, being a World War II hero. And he did not like William Shatner because William Shatner took a lot of the great lines. And how can we go without the one, the only, George Takei? George Takei, a pun master. He's still with us today. Very funny. And I got to meet right over here at the Sirius, right on the 50th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And he gave a talk about his time in an internment camp during the Second World War. He was a great guy. He was on a lot of different TV shows, and he loves puns. I like to see some of the different VHSs that came out at the time. VHS was the first time that you could actually own Star Trek. All right? And here they are, the 6 Star Trek movies up until that time. There's a lot. But look who's advertising it. Star Trek. Okay, right over there, Kmart. Kmart, no wonder, there's where the blue light came from. It's great to see that they had so much merchandising and that it's still out there. And one of the tie-ins from one of my least favorite ones, when they made the first Star Trek. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Okay, and the first Star Trek, it was a little bit too solemn. That's why they had to make the Wrath of Khan to make it a little more exciting. Okay, and here is. I hope you can see this. I'm not going to open this up. Okay.
An iron-on.
This is an iron-on for a T-shirt that was probably given out as a freebie from right over there from McDonald's himself. Okay, and that's where this ended up. This is Star Trek beer. All right. I know I had a bottle of it, but I have a poster of it right here. And Star Trek beer, the Trouble with Tribbles, it has right over there, trying to tie in the most popular Star Trek from the original series. And right over there, they can market everything for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. They even have Star Trek coffins now. So before I'm, boldly going to that great starship in the sky, this is the Legendary Wid doing self-archeology on himself. And you guys boldly go.